Have you ever met someone with such irresistible charm that they seem to light up any room? You may have felt drawn in by this person's charisma and self-confidence, but at the same time, something sparked your suspicion. In this video, we will explore the dark side of charisma and how it can be used as a weapon of manipulation, especially by individuals with traits of malignant narcissism. Behind a charming mask, they win our admiration and trust, but their intentions are not always as noble as they appear. Let's uncover how to recognize these signs and protect ourselves. To understand the impact of a person with malignant narcissism, it's essential to know what this term means. Malignant narcissism is a psychological profile where the classic characteristics of narcissism, such as the need for admiration and an inflated ego, are accompanied by intense aggression and a lack of empathy. Unlike someone who is merely vain or self-confident, the malignant narcissist not only wants to be admired, but also desires to control and manipulate those around them. These individuals often exploit their charismatic abilities to manipulate situations and influence people, whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or even in broader social contexts. Charisma becomes one of these people's primary resources. That captivating smile, the flawless self-confidence, the ability to make each person in a room feel seen and special. These traits not only attract, but also create a sense of admiration and dependency. It's easy to be charmed by a charismatic person, especially when they seem genuinely interested in who we are and what we have to say. This is fertile ground for the malignant narcissist to act, as they know how to lower others' defenses and connect emotionally. However, when this charisma is wielded by someone with manipulative intentions, it transforms into a powerful weapon. This type of person knows exactly how to leverage our natural need for acceptance and validation. Through exaggerated compliments, grand gestures, and an almost magnetic presence, the malignant narcissist manages to enchant and draw people into their circle of influence, creating a kind of emotional, gravitational field around themselves. By understanding these concepts, we realize that malignant narcissism is more than just inflated vanity. It's a strategy to control and manipulate others with a smile on their face and an almost irresistible charm, weaving an invisible web that can ensnare even the most cautious individuals. When we think of charisma, we often associate it with positive qualities, such as the ability to inspire, motivate, and attract people. However, when used by someone with malignant narcissistic tendencies, charisma transforms into a powerful weapon of manipulation. These individuals have an almost natural ability to sense the emotional weaknesses of others and exploit them for their advantage, creating bonds that seem genuine but are, in fact, strategic. The malignant narcissist knows that the first step to manipulating someone is to gain their trust. To achieve this, they use charisma to construct a charming image, a person who appears generous, confident, and even altruistic. This image is carefully crafted to win the admiration of others. However, once that admiration turns into trust, the narcissist begins to manipulate their victims, controlling their emotions and behaviors. One of the most common tactics they employ is alternating between excessive praise and subtle criticism. Initially, the malignant narcissist overwhelms their victims with exaggerated compliments and gestures of affection, creating a sense of validation and importance. This behavior makes the person feel special and attached, trusting the manipulator more and more. However, once the emotional connection is established, the approach begins to shift. Compliments become less frequent, and in their place emerge veiled criticisms that induce insecurity. This oscillation creates emotional dependency as the victim starts to constantly seek the good side of the narcissist. This game of alternating approval and disapproval acts as intermittent reinforcement, a psychological method where the reward, in this case praise or affection, is not given consistently but at random intervals, keeping the person trapped in the anticipation of pleasing and gaining approval once again. Another resource used by the malignant narcissist is making their victims feel that they need them, whether for emotional support, recognition, or even validation. They position themselves as the only person who truly understands them, causing the victims to feel incomplete and dependent on this relationship. Thus, through charisma and a mask of kindness, the malignant narcissist manages to exert psychological control. The victim often only realizes the manipulation when they are already emotionally involved and dependent, caught in a web of enchantment and control that becomes increasingly difficult to break. Recognizing charismatic manipulation is crucial to avoiding the emotional control exerted by individuals with traits of malignant narcissism. There are distinctive signs that can alert you to manipulative behavior. Being aware of these signs can be the key to protecting your emotional well-being and establishing healthy relationships. One of the first signs to watch for is the intensity of praise. Manipulative, charismatic individuals tend to be generous with words of appreciation, but this is often exaggerated. If someone is giving excessive compliments early in a relationship, this could be a red flag. They use these compliments as a means to gain your trust and create an emotional bond that is, in reality, superficial. Another important sign is the oscillation between approval and disapproval. After receiving numerous compliments, you may begin to notice that at certain moments, this person becomes critical or indifferent. This behavior creates a dynamic of emotional dependency where you feel compelled to please and regain lost approval. This emotional fluctuation can be exhausting and confusing, as your perception of reality becomes influenced by this person's reactions. A lack of genuine empathy is another clear indicator of manipulation. Malignant narcissists may show superficial interest, but when it comes to handling the emotions and problems of others, they tend to be insensitive or dismissive. If you find that your concerns are frequently minimized or ignored, this may indicate that you are dealing with a charismatic manipulator. They often prioritize their own needs and desires over others, displaying a latent selfishness. Additionally, conversations often revolve around them. Malignant narcissistic individuals tend to monopolize discussions, constantly bringing the focus back to their experiences and achievements. If you feel that your stories and feelings are consistently overshadowed, this may indicate that you are dealing with someone who is not genuinely interested in you, but rather in maintaining the spotlight. Often, our intuitive feelings can signal that something is off. If you feel uncomfortable or insecure after interactions with this person, it's important to consider those feelings. Recognizing these warning signs can help you make informed decisions about how to engage or not with this person, allowing you to preserve your emotional health and maintain healthier relationships. Protecting yourself from manipulative charisma requires self-awareness and the adoption of specific strategies. The first approach is to develop an observational stance in your interactions. By adopting a critical and analytical viewpoint, you can evaluate behaviors and patterns rather than being swept away by emotion. This allows you to identify signs of manipulation before they have a negative impact. Another important strategy is to seek external validation. Talking to friends or colleagues about your experiences can offer valuable perspective and help you recognize if your concerns are valid. Validation from others can be an effective antidote to manipulation, as it broadens your view and strengthens your self-esteem. Additionally, establishing clear emotional boundaries is essential. Learn to say no and distance yourself from situations that cause discomfort. Recognize that you do not have to please everyone and that protecting your well-being should be your priority. Cultivating self-confidence and emotional independence is crucial to reducing the influence of manipulative charisma, allowing you to build healthier and more authentic relationships. Recognizing the impact of malignant narcissism and manipulative charisma is essential to protecting yourself from harmful influences in your life. By being aware of the signs of manipulation and developing the ability to evaluate your interactions critically, you become more resistant to these types of behaviors. Charisma can be a powerful tool, but in the wrong hands, it transforms into a weapon that can cause deep emotional harm. Therefore, I encourage you to reflect on your relationships and identify any dynamics that may be harmful. Pay attention to your instincts and don't hesitate to seek support when needed. If you found value in this content, please share it with friends and family. Together, we can create an environment of support and awareness about malignant narcissism and its manifestations.